Today, I'm testing out and doing a weird test on these two products. They are by Tier. They did go viral like a few weeks ago. I held off on purchasing them because I wanted to see how long the hype was going to last. It didn't last very long. They literally went viral for like 2 weeks, and then next thing you know, the next best Tier item launched. Is it actually good? Was it overhyped? Is it as good as their cushion foundation? We're gonna test that out today. This here is the Tier Mask Fit Red Foundation. It goes for $27 and it's available in 30 shades. I got mine off of Amazon. Amazon does have limited selections when it comes to shades, but I find that Amazon had at least the listing that I found had a nice range of shades to choose from. I got shade 34W Toffee. I'm hoping this matches. I love the bottle. Like, isn't it cute? It goes for $27. I didn't pay $27. I think on Amazon when I ordered it like 2 days ago, it was just $20, which is great. I have the Mask Fit Red Cushion in 31N French Beige, and this here is like spot on. So I'm wondering if Toffee's gonna work. I guess it's a little bit of a different formula. It says Bold Radiance Reimagines, experience instant luminosity with the Tier Mask Fit Red Foundation, a radiant liquid foundation inspired by the iconic red cushion. So basically what I'm hearing is it's inspired, but they're not the very same thing. With a second skin feel and satin glow, this foundation delivers breathable, transfer-proof coverage that lasts up to 72 hours. Luminous full coverage, long wear formula, second skin feel, powered by Tier Skincare, hydrating and oil control. So that's that item. Then I also got their setting spray. It is called the Mask Fit Makeup Fixer. People have said that this has made their makeup last really long and that it's way better than any other setting spray on the market, including the Huda Beauty one and the One Size. If anyone has really good experience with long wear setting sprays that's smooth, it's gonna be me. So I figured it would make sense to try her. This setting spray goes for $15. But girl, on Amazon, I only paid $10. And this is not by a third-party seller. This is directly from Tier. So if you ever wanna skip on the shipping or you wanna save some money, because who doesn't wanna save money, especially in this economy, grab your product, your Tier product off of Amazon, because in most cases you're gonna get it a lot faster too, and you're saving some money. We're gonna go ahead and give her a try and we shall see. I am going to do, let's do 2 pumps. I feel like I might be able to get away with it, but I am going to use a damp sponge for this. Ooh. Girl, no. Maybe? I think I need to go a shade lighter, although maybe I can pull it off if it doesn't oxidize. I'm gonna give it a second because I want to see if it's gonna oxidize. I need to go a shade lighter. It is a little too orangey for me, so I would totally change this and don't get toffee. And it does seem to slightly oxidize. I mean, it's not horrible looking. I feel like once I apply concealer and stuff, I'll be able to pull it off. I'm gonna use my It Cosmetics Do It All Corrector in the shade Medium Tan Warm. All right, friends, we are blending this concealer well enough to make sure we balance out the the skin. And I feel like at this point, we can get away with not really doing bronzer. By the way, it looks really pretty. Like it is dewy. So if you want matte, this is not gonna give you a matte finish. See, it's balancing out with some concealer. I will tell you, in these areas here, and I haven't removed my peach fuzz quite yet because I'm Doña Dolores over here. Everything freaking hurts. But it looks really pretty. It does look like second skin. It's just dewy. But it blended really well, whether you glide the product on or you tap it in place. I would say it's medium coverage because look, you can still see through to my freckles. It is just a second skin, very wearable coverage. And I like it. I like it enough to where I don't want to put the effort to balance out the shade on my skin. And I am, which I tend not to do returns, but I am going to return this and exchange it for a lighter shade for sure. All right, guys, we've moved forward to setting this baby. It was dark enough to where I can totally skip on bronzing. I am gonna apply a little bit of my setting powder over top just because I don't want it to look so shiny. You can still see some dew come through because I'm lightly powdering. This side is not set yet, and girl, like, it oxidized, but it doesn't just keep oxidizing, it just shifts a little bit and then it kind of freezes at wherever it stops. I like how I was able to apply concealer and it all became one. It wasn't like this weird mix. It all kind of like melted into one another. So the formula is nice. It is radiant and it is wearable. It's just gonna be one of those things where you have to make sure you get your spot on shade, girl. Because if you don't, you're gonna have to put in that extra effort like I'm doing right now. All right, friends, we are definitely looking put together, but I am gonna go in and brighten the under eye a smidge. That'll make the deeper shade on the contour area look a little brighter, but also it gives me an idea as to how product builds over top of this foundation, especially like in this area over here. So I'm taking a look-see. I feel like if you go lightweight, I'll show you, hold on. If you go lightweight with the foundation, if it's the wrong shade, go lightweight with the foundation, go lightweight with your powders, and I think you can get away with it to a certain extent. Here we have it. So far it looks good. However, I think I'm gonna stop with building up a product because it'll start to look dry and I don't like that. The formulas could be amazing, but if you're trying to correct something and you over apply any product, it may start making the pores look a little on the dry and or congested side. I was able to balance out the skin and be able to pull off this foundation for the day because I do want to do a wear test. And I did apply product that I would normally apply already. So I would have applied my concealer. I would have applied the setting powder, the Huda Beauty powder under the eye. I would have done all of that. I'm gonna apply a little bit of blush on my cheeks, and then I'm going to leave it alone in terms of no more application on top. Otherwise, this is gonna get real ugly real fast. And so for the blush, I'm gonna go in with the Cheek Stain by Sashu. This one is in I'm Guilty because this is absolutely stunning, and I do one of these for the cheeks because if you know me, you know I don't like going back and forth with product like too much between the cheeks and the lips. I went in with a stain because I wanted to see, now that we built up all this product, it looks good. It doesn't look amazing. There's a reason for that. We already talked about that. And I'm sure that once I get the proper shade, it's gonna look stunning on my complexion. But given that we've built a lot of product on top, I wanted to see what this is going to look like if we apply like a creamer or a liquid product on top. Take a look at that. It looks really pretty. If anything, it really rehydrated the area for me. It looks radiant. It looks pretty. It doesn't look kind of like thick mud just sitting on the skin. It kind of brought it back to life. So I'm not mad at it at all. I think that looks really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. All right, friends, this is what the skin is going to look like. I applied like a long wear lippy just so that I can get something on and move on with life. I think the skin looks good. I think I was able to make it work based on our current situation formula wise, and this is me really tweaking it in order to make it match my complexion. Formula wise, it looks good. The real question is it going to wear well? Bueno, we're gonna go ahead, prime this. I don't think it's fragrance. It doesn't smell like much of anything. I am gonna grab me a piece of paper. I'm only going to set one side of the skin. I want to see how it wears. So this is a wear test. So you'll see one side how it wears without the setting spray, and then on the other side you'll see it with the setting spray. And we'll compare not only if the foundation wears beautifully throughout the day, also whether or not it's worth spending the $10 on the setting spray and if it's gonna make any difference. I'm gonna like cover half of the face. I think that makes sense. And I am going to set one side. This is a nice mist, by the way, so I'm not mad at it. As you can see, one side is dewy and the other one is not. Long-lasting blurring effect, moist finish. Am I gonna be dewy on one side and then matte on the other? They're gonna look at me like I'm crazy at the doctor's office. The setting spray is beautiful. Look at this light dew that it provided my skin. On this side we're matte, but that's because I needed to mattify. Y'all saw that already. So we have one matte side and it looks nice. And then here we just have the lightest. hue of glow. It looks healthy. So if you have a foundation that's really drying, like a lot of people used to say that the Charlotte Tilbury foundation just looks really dry and flat on the skin, you might like this. It does provide some dew, but it doesn't make you look greasy and like wet. You know what I mean? It just looks really, really pretty. Then again, that is first impressions. I'm just giving you my thoughts as they come to mind. We will see whether or not this makes my foundation last a lot longer. It is 11:34 a.m. I have cleaning to do, organization to do here. I have editing to do. I have my appointment in about an hour and a half. Let's see what this looks like once I leave my air-conditioned home and go out to this humid Florida weather, which is 95 today and it's raining. So it's gonna feel sticky and gross outside. Friends, I'm back. It's been hours. I literally just did one of these so I could look semi-decent for you guys. It is 4:37, so we're looking at over 4 hours. It is crazy raining monsoon situation right now. I've been in and out, okay? I haven't been in AC the entire time. I've been exposed to humidity. 4:37. And this, oh my God, my hair. And this is what the makeup is looking like. This is the side with no setting spray. And this is the side with setting spray. Remember that the side with setting spray has a little bit of a dewy finish because of the setting spray. This is what we're looking like. We do not touch up. We do not try to cover anything up. We are 100% honest. We've had situations where foundation wears terribly and it looks disgusting on my skin. And then I go like this and you can see it. Right now, this one's wearing very, very pretty. I'm not mad at her. I think it looks good. Even with the setting spray, you can see the dew mainly here in this area on the brow bone, oddly enough. But it's graceful. It's been 4 hours. So I wonder if, what time is it? Now it's 4:39. So I could probably do another update around 7 and see what that's going to look like in another maybe 2.5 hours or so. It doesn't look horrible right now. This is typically what my skin would look like at the end of the day with my go-to foundations. On this side though, way less dewy. You have some dew, you know, because obviously I'm a normal combo girl. I get a little bit of grease. Natural grease coming through. Pero mira, this side looks so pretty. They both look nice, but this one is not as dewy. You can tell, look at this area here. Not as dewy. I'm wondering if the setting spray is even necessary. I guess only time will tell, but I did want to kind of like update you guys on this. What is it looking like around my nose? It's looking normal. It's not settling. It hasn't shifted. It did fade from the tip of my nose, but I'm always doing this because I'm me. So I'm always like doing one of those. Let's follow up one more time in the next few hours and let's see what that looks like. I am back with the final update. It is 8:11. I had to go back out into the wilderness in this ugly weather that's called Florida storming. And this is what the makeup is looking like. So remember we started at 11 something. I can't think of the time right now. It's 11:12. Looking at my computer. Ew, I have eye booger. Okay, so this is what the foundation is looking like. The side with the setting spray is looking super duper dewy. And then the side without the setting spray actually looks really good. Like really good. So I'm gonna look up close. On this side, oddly enough, it kind of looks like it wants to settle on the sides of my nose. It hasn't settled, but it looks like it wants to settle. And then on this side, it does not. It hasn't shifted, it hasn't moved, and it actually looks hydrated. It looks really good. Forget about the tip of the nose. You see it's red, right? I'm always doing one of these because yo soy maniática and that's just what I do. My forehead looks good. It hasn't shifted, it hasn't moved. Granted, the side with the setting spray does have more radiance. I want to show you something. You see when I go like this, I have forehead lines, right? I looked up close. This is me stretching it out. I'm hoping you guys are able. I'm going to have to zoom you guys in. I went like this, and I guess that's my main expression. Juan says that's my main expression most of the time. Look at these lines. This here is foundation that has settled in 3 places. I have a foundation line here, a foundation line right here, and then a third foundation line here. Everywhere else, it looks great. It hasn't settled in this outer corner or the inner corner, sides of the nose, everywhere, even here, everywhere it looks hydrated. Like I do have little like smile lines. It hasn't moved around and settled there. It's just in the forehead. I don't notice a difference between the side with the setting spray and the side without the setting spray. Like, you know what I mean? I was thinking maybe, just maybe, the settlement of the foundation and the fine lines is probably more on one side than the other. But no, it's pretty even with how it settled across the forehead as a whole. Realistically speaking, I do think the foundation is so nice. It's a great formula. I find that as long as I get the right shade, I will be using it consistently. It looks good. Like, if you don't zoom in, like, I don't know anyone that's gonna walk up to you and literally be like this in your face. I think it looks good. I think it wore really well, considering that I built up product over top of it to make the color work. I don't think you need the setting spray, and I did shake her up as a just in case. I didn't see anything that said make sure you shake it up. Typically for a pore smoothing or a smoothing setting spray that mattifies, it would have powder. Something like this, or something like this over here, where you have to make sure you shake it really, really well, because powders do, you see how it's like really opaque here and then not here? Powders do settle. When you spray it, these powders are going to help mattify and kind of like powder the skin. I shook it up as a just in case. Then again, this is a moist finish. I don't know why they called it moist. That sounds so weird. Moist finish. It was dewy from the beginning and it's dewier now. $10. If you have really, really, really dry skin, I think this will transform any foundations that don't necessarily look great on you and rehydrate them. So for $10 on Amazon, everywhere else it's like $15. I recommend this for people who have dry skin. Anyone with normal combo that kind of wears their foundation, such as I do, starts off pretty matte and then throughout the day you get a little dew, but it still looks healthy. I don't think you need this. I don't think it made my foundation wear any better. I don't think it made it last longer. The fine lines on my forehead, one side and the other, look the same. I don't think the setting spray made it look better. What do you think of this wear test? Were you wondering about this foundation? Did you think it worked? Did you get surprised with how things worked out in the end hours later? Please let me know in the comments. But we're not going anywhere without saying hello and thank you to our channel members, the G Squad, an amazing group of people who have joined channel memberships and are supporting the channel at a higher level. If you're ever interested in joining, all you have to do is hit the join button below and you're good to go. A daily shout out to the community spotlight, who YouTube is highlighting for supporting the channel by interacting in the comment section, hitting the like button, and watching all the way through. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And if you've made it all the way through, you are a real one. Thank you so much. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys on the next one.